What's going on, world? This is Evangelist Darnell Hatten. Just real quick, want to share a vision I just recently had that was very, 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 very hard hitting and very beautiful, but yet scary at the same time. But I know in my heart that it's meant to be told. Just recently, I went on vacation with my family. We went to Florida, and before I went, a day before I went, I decided just to go and take some time just to pray and spend some time with the Lord. And in the midst of doing so, I had a vision of a cloud opening up. And it was so remarkable. It was a cloud opening up, expanding. As it was expanding, it was a huge ladder and wings. No figures, no beings. I just seen wings circling this ladder. And at the top of the ladder was a huge aura of light, just a beam of light. So right after I had finished even thinking about it, seeing this vision, that I still seen rays of sun, almost like I stared at the sun itself. And without even reading, verses about Jacob's ladder, which is found in Genesis 28, 12 through 17. Also, if you read, Jesus talks about a ladder and the heavens open up in John 1:51. So check out those at your spare time. It's too much for me to cover at this time. But I've never had an experience like that in my life. So I didn't tell anybody, not even my wife. I kept it to myself. And the Bible also says in Job 2:28, I believe, about young women will prophesy and old men will have dreams, and boys and young men will have visions. And when I say, people, this was so beautiful, so breathtaking. Words can explain how beautiful the sight I've seen of the heavens open up. But back to my trip the next day. The next day, I went ahead and with my wife and my daughter, we headed to Florida. Wonderful time there with family and friends. I decided to go to church. We all decided to go to church. Before we decided to go to church, the day before church, they wanted me. I wanted to see the church, just to see what it looks like and everything. Because I had a vision. Also, what I'm leaving out is that same time when I seen that vision of the clouds open up, I had a vision of a church, of an all-white church, arches and everything else inside the church. Nobody in the pews and everything, but I seen it. So it was clear as day. But I never experienced and never said anything about it. So time passed. I looked up and went and visited this church. And when I went to go visit it, church was all white. And also inside of the church, it had the arches, identical to my dream. I'm freaking out inside. I'm spazzing, but nobody doesn't know anything what I've been shown or haven't told anybody. And when I say that the spirit moved while I was in there with them people, it moved. And it was awesome. It was wonderful. It was breathtaking. And suddenly I just started weeping and crying. And I felt joy, peace, like I've never felt before. And I was led to just walk. At that time, I'm crying profusely. I'm sweating. I'm like I'm worshiping. And I remember walking outside And I sat on the steps and my wife was with me and she's trying to calm me down. But I remember seeing all these cars going by. And the only thing that goes through my mind is they just don't know. They don't have any idea what's going on, let alone understand how close Christ is to coming. I felt so scared for them. And it was put on me to tell people that this is not a game, people. This is not a joke. It's not a drill. It might not be today, it might not be tomorrow, but he is coming. And it was put on me to warn my friends, my family, get right. I mean, I just implore you to get right with God. Romans 10:9 and through 13 to tell you, all who confess Jesus Christ is Lord shall be saved, no matter what you did. Kill, rob, rape, maim, no matter what you did, you will be forgiven. The devil in 2 Corinthians 4:4 tells people he has blinded the minds, the eyes of the unbelievers so they cannot see. We fight against flesh and not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers, the unseen. So don't wait till it's a certain time. Don't wait for a certain person to come into your life or a certain event. Do it today. Choose who you serve today, because tomorrow's not promised. And I pray this reaches that lost soul or that person that's need to be inspired. Get right. Brothers and sisters, ministers alike, prophetess, seers alike, get right. Because playtime is over. It's time to get serious about God, about your calling. Get right. I implore you, please. Get right.